You're not broken. You're just lost. And the only reason you feel broken is because you've been listening to weak people, living like a weak man, surrounding yourself with people who normalize mediocrity and sell you comfort disguised as healing. But let me tell you the cold, hard truth right now. You are not broken. You are undeveloped, undisciplined, unfocused, and your life is not falling apart. It's screaming at you to wake the F up and rise. And every lie you've told yourself, every excuse you've justified, every time you said, I'm just not feeling it, that's not trauma, that's softness. That's you running from the work. That's you hiding from the grind. Because greatness doesn't come from comfort, and purpose doesn't appear when you cry about your problems. It appears when you declare war on your weaknesses and you burn the version of you that allowed all this chaos to exist. So stop saying you're broken. Stop saying you need time. Stop saying you're waiting for alignment. Alignment happens when you get up and start doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Alignment happens when you build discipline. Alignment happens when you look in the mirror and say, I don't need a therapist. I need a Fing mission. Because when a man is locked in, when a man has a reason to rise, when a man is on his path, pain becomes fuel, not an excuse. Suffering becomes a sharpening blade, not a crutch. And the second you realize you're not broken, you're just lazy, unfocused, soft, and distracted, that's when you'll flip the switch. That's when you'll go from depressed to dangerous, from confused to clear, because clarity isn't found. It's earned through sweat, through sacrifice, through showing up when it's raining, when you're tired, when no one believes in you. That's when real men are built. And you think you're special because life hit you hard? Welcome to being a man. No one is coming to save you. And nobody gives a F about your story unless you make it a comeback. So stop blaming your parents, your ex, your city, your boss, your genetics, your childhood, your past. The world doesn't owe you understanding, and success doesn't care about your feelings. So either you man the fuck up right now, or stay exactly where you are. Forgotten, stuck, addicted to your phone, scrolling, envying men who chose pain over comfort and built themselves into titans while you waited for your motivation to come back. And let me tell you something about motivation. It's a lie. It's a fraud. It's a trick your mind plays on you to keep you weak. And if you only move when you feel good, you'll never win. Because winners move regardless. Winners show up in pain. Winners show up in chaos. Winners operate without applause, without support, without validation. Because real men don't need to be told to be great. They Fing decide. They make a contract with themselves and sign it in blood. They say, this life will not beat me. This world will not see me broken. I will not die as someone who had potential. Because potential is meaningless if you never turn it into performance. And your mind, your biggest weapon, is being used against you right now. It's keeping you in comfort, in lies, in victimhood. And until you learn how to dominate your own thinking, you will never dominate life. And domination starts with discipline, not emotion, not inspiration, but iron discipline. The kind where you show up before the sun rises, the kind where you say no to the party, no to the drugs, no to the girls, no to the weak men around you who keep pulling you down because your grind makes them uncomfortable. And the second you start moving like this, people will call you arrogant, cold, obsessed. Good. That means you're on the right track, because obsession builds empires. Obsession builds legacies. Obsession is what separates the kings from the crowd. And right now, your problem isn't that you're broken. It's that you've been living like a peasant, like a leaf in the wind, like a boy with no vision, no structure, no purpose. And this world will chew you up if you don't become dangerous. And by dangerous, I don't mean violent. I mean capable. I mean so competent, so confident, so consistent that nothing breaks you. Not heartbreak, not failure, not betrayal, not pain, because pain becomes a tool. Failure becomes a lesson. Betrayal becomes fuel, and you become unbreakable. And that's the man the world fears. That's the man women respect. That's the man kings recognize. And you will never become him as long as you keep calling yourself broken and letting that label justify your mediocrity. So throw that label in the trash, erase it, burn it, bury it, and replace it with, I'm building. Replace it with, I'm becoming, because you are not broken. You are simply in the early stages of your rise, the messy part, the dark part, the part where you get tested, and how you respond to this phase is what decides who the fuck you become. So let everyone doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them say you've changed. Good, you're supposed to change. You're supposed to become unrecognizable, because your current self is not the man who wins. The current self is just the foundation. And the king you're building will emerge through fire, through rejection, through isolation, through pain, and you will either run from that or you will embrace it like a soldier stepping into war. Fearless, eyes forward, no retreat, because this world is not designed to reward the broken, it's designed to reward the strong, the consistent, the relentless. So take all that pain, all that confusion, all that lost feeling and convert it into raw fuel. Go monk mode, go ghost, get locked in, lift heavy, run fast, outwork everyone around you, learn skills, stack money, train your mind until your mind obeys your mission. And one day, not long from now, you will look back and laugh at the time you thought you were broken. Because now, you are bulletproof, you are valuable, you are feared, and no one will ever question your worth again. Because you won't need to explain it. Your results will speak so loud, they silence the world. You're not broken, you're just untrained, undisciplined, distracted, and drowning in a world designed to keep you weak. And they'll tell you it's okay to feel lost. They'll feed you lies about healing, about waiting, about self-love that requires no effort. But what they're really doing is selling you a slow death. And if you buy it, if you accept that narrative, that you're broken, that you need time, that you should rest, that you're a victim of your story, then you've already lost the fight, you've already chosen mediocrity, and that's the biggest crime you can commit against yourself, because deep down, beneath the laziness, beneath the fear, beneath the excuses, you know you were built for more. You know there's a savage inside of you, a relentless, powerful version of you screaming to be let out. And every time you hit snooze, every time you skip the gym, every time you say just one more scroll, you betray that version of yourself. You kill your own potential in silence, and then you lie to yourself. You say you're broken, but that's not true. What you are is disconnected. You've unplugged from the source of strength that every man has inside of him. That primal energy, that warrior DNA, that ancient instinct that says, I conquer or I die. And society has done everything it can to neuter that instinct, to tell you that aggression is bad, that dominance is toxic, that ambition is wrong. And they say that because weak men are easy to control, easy to manipulate, easy to sell to, easy to keep in line, and that's what you've become. Manageable, soft, tame. And you think you're free, but you're in chains, invisible chains, chains of dopamine, chains of comfort, chains of likes and porn and takeout and TikTok, and you wear them proudly like they're part of your identity. But every day you wear those chains, your fire dies a little more. Your potential slips a little further away. And if you don't stop and reclaim your mind, your body, your soul, then one day you'll look in the mirror and not even recognize the man staring back. Soft eyes, hunched shoulders, no fire, no fight, just a faded shell of what could have been a king, and you'll try to blame the world. But the truth is, you let it happen. You allowed it, because no one can break a man without his permission. And that's why you must rise now, not tomorrow, not next week, but right thing now. Because every second you wait is a second where someone else is becoming the man you were supposed to be. And that should piss you off. That should light something inside you, because you weren't born to be average. You weren't born to be lost. You were born to lead, to dominate, to build, to evolve, to protect, to produce, to conquer. And if you're not doing those things, you'll always feel off. You'll always feel empty, because you're living in opposition to your nature. And that friction, that internal chaos, is not depression. It's your soul begging you to man the F up and become the savage you were destined to be. And the path is simple. Cut the noise, kill the comfort, delete the distractions, destroy your vices, and replace them with ritual, with pain, with repetition. Because through repetition comes strength, and through strength comes freedom. And freedom is the ultimate currency, not money, not sex, not followers. Freedom. The ability to wake up and do what you want, how you want, when you want, because you've put in the work to earn it. And if you don't have that yet, your only mission is to build it brick by brick, sacrifice by sacrifice. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's lonely. Yes, it will feel like you're dying some days, but that's how greatness is forged, not through motivation, but through suffering with purpose. And when you truly embrace that, when you stop waiting to feel good and start moving like a machine, regardless of how you feel, you'll become unstoppable, because no one can compete with a man who works like a robot, but thinks like a king. A man who trains his body like a warrior and sharpens his mind like a tactician. A man who fears nothing and chases no one, and that's the goal. To stop chasing women, chasing approval, chasing dopamine, and start chasing one thing, your ultimate form, the you that doesn't flinch under pressure, the you that doesn't fold when life gets ugly, the you that walks into every room like he owns it, not because he's arrogant, but because he's earned it. And the only way to earn that version of yourself is through radical responsibility, through owning every flaw, every failure, every missed opportunity, and then using that pain as fuel to build the beast. And when you become that beast, you'll realize something profound. You were never broken.